All right, welcome to the They Know Who You Are virtual premiere. We're going to wait 5-ish minutes for people to get onto the stream, and then we will start it up. So hang in there, bear with us, and we'll get started soon. All right, everyone. Here again is my disembodied voice for now. We have more viewers on the stream, but we're going to wait another 5 or so minutes to kick things off to get as many people here as possible. But this is the They Know Who You Are live stream. So we'll get started soon. Thanks for coming, everyone. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to They Know Who You Are, our virtual movie premiere. This is a movie that Tyler and I, as directors, have been working on for many, many months, almost 2 years now, maybe more than 2 years. And a bunch of other people have dedicated their time and talents throughout that period as well. And we're so glad that you guys can all be here to watch this with us. I want to thank all of our donors on Indiegogo who supported this, again, 2 years ago. We're so happy to finally be able to show you the final product of all of that. This is a premiere primarily for the people who live outside of Ann Arbor or outside of Michigan or outside of the United States so that they can watch, especially if they donated. But I do also want to remind everyone that there will be an in-person premiere of this movie on Monday, this coming Monday, April 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time in downtown Ann Arbor at the State Theater. So if you are interested in RSVPing for that, message me after this or during this, and I'll try and hook you up with that RSVP link. The movie that we're going to watch tonight is 22 minutes in runtime. So if you need to run to the bathroom now, grab a snack, grab a drink, whatever, go ahead and do that. It is a short film, but again, 20 minutes. So maybe it's like a medium film, medium to short film. I don't know. You decide. While this is happening, we'd love if you guys wanted to do live reactions in the chat, talk amongst yourselves there. If you're someone who wants to watch the movie without a distraction of the chat, you can just enter full screen and the chat window will be hidden. And then whenever you want to join the chat, you can go out of full screen and do that. So we're going to watch the whole movie. That includes all the credits to the very end so that you guys can see your donor names in the credits. So make sure you stick around after that because that's when the Talkback/Q&A will happen. So while you're watching this, if there's anything you think of as a question, remember it, throw it in the chat, and we will get to it after the movie starts. Or after the movie ends, rather. So here we are. Without any further ado, this is They Know Who You Are. Hope you enjoy.
Get people coming through this program asking for help with becoming better, becoming fixed. But I have to ask you, do you truly believe it's worth just being fixed? Now consider a wristwatch, something cheap, bargain bin, probably got it for what, $5? Say it gets a crack on the plastic bezel right on down to its hands. What are you going to do? You're going to shell out the money to fix it? Of course not. It's just a shitty watch. Well, the same goes for people like you. Everyone tells you if you're a piece of shit, you should spend all the money in the world, all the time in the world to fix yourself. You're not worth fixing. Hate it all you want. You can't just put a Band-Aid on a bad thing. But what if you could change? What if I told you we could change you into a brand new Rolex? Now, how are we going to do that? How are we going to change you? Well, with our program, Zane will lead you through the transformative healing process.
Sam?
No, Patrick.
Oh.
You're Jolene?
It's just Joe. Have you heard anything from Sam? I mean, he said he was coming too, right?
Yeah, I think so. Want to try the door? Is this what you were expecting?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought they were putting us up in a resort.
Hey guys, I'm glad you could make it. I'm Zane. I just want to say congrats. You both are here because you're missing something and you've been working tirelessly to find it. Believe me, that work has not gone unnoticed. So, this no more of a get-together. It's all about fun. These little agreements are just here to confirm that you both are okay with having a blast.
Have you heard from Sam?
Unfortunately, Sam told me they couldn't make it. I'm sorry, Joe. I know how close you two were during your initiation cycle. Tonight, we'll just have to make do with the standard. This will be our Sam for the evening. I hope that's okay.
Oh, it does kind of look like him. At least how I always pictured him.
Perfect. So, off to signing.
I'm a bit confused. This looks like a contract. Yeah, why do we need a contract to have a blast?
I wasn't supposed to tell you this yet, but if you sign this now and enjoy yourself tonight, tomorrow you'll be one step closer to sublimation.
No, that's what they've been telling us all month. No, I thought this was going to be sublimation.
Just trust me.
But I can't read all of this.
Then don't sign it. You should know by now, Patrick, that nothing we do is mandatory. Sign here. What's on your mind, Joe?
I'm sorry. It's just, I can't believe you're really here with us. You're Zane.
It's a surprise.
We read your posts every day. We study your writing, and here you are sitting right across the table. It's an honor. It's
It's kind of unbelievable.
I get it. I've been where you guys are, but by following our path, I became who I am today. And that's why you guys are here, right? I promised you that you could change, that your lives could change. All you have to do is leave yourselves behind. Tell you what, I think it's time for a game. 2 truths and a lie. You guys know this one, right?
I do.
And let's make it interesting. If you guess wrong, take a drink. Okay, who wants to start?
I'll start. I've been to every national park in Utah. I'm scuba certified. And this past year I won 2 consecutive regional awards at my office.
What do you think, Joe? Which one's the lie?
Oh, the awards, I guess.
Nope, that one's true. I won July and August. Drink.
The lie is about the scuba. You've been training for 3 months, but you're still 1 deep water dive away from a full certificate, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Lucky guess. And now we turn it over to Joe.
Okay. I guess, I wasn't popular in middle school, or high school for that matter. I didn't really make too many friends. Nobody I connected with anyway. Okay, that's 1. 2, I don't know. I guess I don't really know what I'm headed for. I have been feeling like I'm stuck in place and I really want to move forward, but I don't even know what I want, and sometimes I don't even know who I am. 3, I guess I'm a neat freak.
Well, you're not a neat freak.
Good guess.
All right, Zane, give us yours.
The kettle's calling. Why don't you two go wait in the living room while I get the brew ready?
I shouldn't tell you this, but I think something's off here.
I'm sorry?
Why else would we be signing contracts and playing games? Why else would Zane be here in the flesh? I think this is a competition, and I think the winner gets sublimated.
I don't know. I feel like Sam would know what's going on.
Forget about Sam. There's less competition without him. You're lucky I warned you. I just want it to be fair, since we're in the same cohort and all. If I act like a jerk in the next few games, just know it's nothing against you. I just have to win.
Okay. Thanks.
Tea time. By now, we hopefully know each other a bit better, right? But we also know what we're not. Let's lean into that. Our next game will be charades. So, we'll need teams.
I choose you, Zane.
Right on. All right, Joe, looks like you're with Sam.
You want me to be on a team with a dummy?
With Sam. Yeah, you'll do great. Two words. The first word. Standing. Waving. Okay. Second word. Oh, time's up.
Best friend. He was best friend.
Probably before you got here.
I can't do this.
Yes, you can.
Is talking allowed?
I don't know how to act this out.
To act is to give yourself completely to another self. To fully believe in that change, that's all. Her phone is ringing?
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
sorry I missed your last call. I'm at the retreat like I told you. Yes, I did. I told you that. No, it's not. It's not like the other groups. This one's real. It's good. It's real. It is. It is. It's real. I can't come home right now. I'm not coming home. Because I can still make progress. I'm making progress. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Fuck you. Fuck you.
How are you, Joe?
I'm okay. It was just a stomach issue. I'm good. Sorry I had to take that call, but it's okay now.
It's not okay, is it? How are you, really?
I'm broken.
Yes.
I've always been broken. I've really tried to fix it. I've tried.
I understand. You're barely held together. A brittle, hasty solid. You're worthless. Come on. Let's play another game.
Patrick, are you okay?
Why did she leave? Why did she leave me?
It's never a pleasant sight. Don't worry about him, Joe. I tried, I really did. But he chose the wrong path. To tell you the truth, I don't ever think he was on the right one. This is the mirror game. You are seeing your other self in a deep, dark mirror. Breathe their inner thoughts. Mimic their movements. We are all creatures with absence inside of us. You can try and run from it, hide from it, pay to get it fixed, but you can't. It's not the reflection, it's the condensation on the glass. It's the largest part of you and I. It's time to treat it like an old friend. It's time to sublimate. How do you feel, Joe?
I feel like I belong.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you all for tuning in to our first screening and our digital screening of They Know Who You Are. Thank you again for all of your support and to all the donors and everyone who helped make this happen. Like Hunter says, it's been 2 years in the making, so we're super happy to have you here. We are going to get started with some questions shortly, but in the meantime, I'll let everyone involved, our creators here, introduce themselves to you all. Thank you.
Yep, that was Lukia, by the way. Lukia was our production manager. I'm Anders. I was one of the directors and one of the writers.
I'm Tyler. I was also one of the directors and the writers. We edited it also.
Oh yeah, we edited. Yeah, true.
And I'm Liam. I am one of the writers and helped with the production.
That is not Dom Hall Gleason, no matter how much it looks like him.
Yeah.
Great. So the question on everyone's mind, I'm going to forego my first question because it seems like people really want to know how that shot was created on the table in the Two Truths and a Lie scene.
Yeah, I can answer that one. So that was, we have a device called a Ronin, which is kind of like a fancy camera tripod that you can make it do crazy little things. One of the crazy little things you can make it do is spin around in circles. However, you need a way to control it spinning around in circles, which we found very difficult because usually that would require someone to be there making it go in circles. We discovered that you could connect a PlayStation controller to it, and by just like spinning it like a video game, it would just go around in a circle. And it was super hard to time. It took us like 20 takes, but we got it.
I think we actually did 28 takes and we used take 27.
Yeah,
so yeah,
I think that's true.
Yeah.
And it also involved everyone getting out of the room except for the actors.
Right.
We were all like lodged in different spots.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think as
like
a good
almost around the stairs.
Yeah, as a good rule of thumb, when you're watching this, just know that like directly out of frame at any given time, there's like two of us crouched on our butts on the floor.
Right. And we're also living there, so like all of our food and like supplies are also just barely off screen at all points.
Yeah. But yeah, that rotation shot was very difficult. Like Tyler said, we had to time it to the actors' faces. We had to think about like where the camera would be on whose line of dialogue. Very technically intense, and it took us pretty much the whole day that we decided to do that. So I'm glad it worked out and looked somewhat impressive.
And that also was quite difficult to edit, right?
Yeah, there was some technical issues with like the rate that the camera was moving versus like the refresh rate on our monitor. It's very technical, but we got it looking good. And honestly, a lot of the credit in that shot goes to Sean, who is our cinematographer. Tyler brought the equipment, but Sean knew how to use it, and he figured out the PlayStation thing, and he sat there for 28 takes for over like 4 hours trying to get that shot. So
yeah,
props go to Sean.
Yes. That brings us, you said, Tyler, that we were living on site as well. That brings us to the question, where are we shooting? What were we shooting? I mean, I guess we know what we were shooting.
We were shooting the movie.
Yeah.
Where were we shooting, and why did you choose that location?
So this was in a cabin in Lake Junaluska in North Carolina, near Asheville, which was a family cabin. My great-grandmother, I believe, designed it. My mom might be in chat. She could correct me. But my great-grandmother put together the blueprints, and we've just had a cabin in the family for a while that we used to go to a lot as kids. So we were able to use it, and we got everyone on set there for like 3 days.
Yep.
And yeah, it was great.
Yeah. And Sabrina asked us, first of all, many compliments, amazing work. Everything was put together so well, filming, acting, lighting, and music. Question, what was the inspiration behind this film? I'm curious. I don't really remember because it's been so long ago as well.
Same. Liam, do you remember like what stage of the writing process we were at when we came up with this? I don't recall 100%.
We put the constraints on ourselves first. We
Right.
knew it had to be in the cabin. We knew we wanted to do it in a weekend, and then we kind of, I think we each like brought a different aspect. Like I think Tyler wanted to do something about a cult. I wanted to do something with mirrors. Wonders. I don't know what you wanted to do.
Who knows?
I
Yeah.
want to do it all.
But yeah, that is. I'm glad you pointed that out because unlike a lot of movie making, we had the location in mind first. Whereas most of the time there would be a scout or a scouting process to go out and find places that fit the script. And in some ways that was difficult because like narratively we had to know like which room this was physically going to happen in at the end result. But I think it was also nice because it was like that constraint. It kept us on task. We knew exactly what we were working with. We didn't write anything that we didn't end up being able to shoot for the most part. So yeah, as for like the themes, I think we did all bring our individual interests into it, but I think our larger thing was just like we were very moody about COVID. We wrote this in April of 2022. Omicron was hitting everyone hard. We're like, will this ever end? And we were thinking a lot about like connection. What is virtual connection? Why, we're all lonely now, lonely in different ways. How far would you go to like feel like you could belong again? And so all those ideas just kind of came together into this.
Yeah.
It really brought an overarching connection between all of our ideas.
Mm-hmm.
William asked, did you give any direction for the score production, or did they watch the film and then make it, or how did the music happen?
Good question.
Good question.
You want to answer that?
Yeah, I can. So we got someone to do the scoring pretty far into post-production. Like I think we had already assembled most of the movie for it. When Anders' dad met someone who was involved with the music school, and then he knew someone who had a club in the music school, and she made electronic music, and that was Paloma. And she got very excited about the movie. We sent her like a copy of it, and so she watched it, and then we did like bi-weekly meetings where she would like show us what she scored for the movie, and we would like give feedback, and we kind of just did that process over and over again until we got the final product.
Yeah. I think her having that more avant-garde like electronic background really helped because there weren't a ton of like Tyler said, we had it all assembled, so the pacing was set in stone for the most part. So Paloma really worked with us on like designing the sound around what we already had sequenced. And that could be hard normally if you are a very precise composer, but I think what Paloma's really good at is like creating those soundscapes, creating those moods. Mm-hmm. And then she added in some sprinkles here and there for when specific moments needed to happen, like when the dummy raised his hand, that was like a little musical flourish there. But no, Paloma did amazing. She was enthusiastic from day one. So yeah.
All right, just a heads up to both people on the call and people watching. We do have about 15 minutes left before these questions have to be over, so we're going to try and barrel through them. Thank you, Deb and Patrick, for your support. I can't read your comments now because it's going to take too long, but thank you. Liam asked 3 movies that shaped how you approach this project.
It's actually from Autumn, who is off screen.
Got it.
Got it.
She was on screen briefly.
Yeah, she did appear briefly.
Okay. So the question is, what 3 movies inspired this?
Yes.
Okay.
If you had to pick 3, I guess.
I specifically remember us in terms of like the cult aspect. When we were writing, we knew we wanted to keep like the exact operation of the cult kind of vague, like what the process was. And I think in that sense, we took a lot of cues from Midsommar or Midsommar, or I don't know how you pronounce it. But in that movie, like the cult aspects just kind of play out. And as the viewer, you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know how the rituals work. And so that's really how we came at this from that regard.
Yeah. I think someone in the chat said this is Twilight Zone vibes. I think Twilight Zone, Black Mirror were definitely inspirations in terms of like tone. I think we were going for, which is like slightly comedic in a weird way, but still dark. Yeah.
Definitely
Probably get us a third.
I was just gonna reiterate the Black Mirror.
Hey, Twilight Zone and Black Mirror, that counts as 2.
True.
Yeah.
Also for me, like The Lobster was something that I was thinking about when we were
One of
writing.
my favorite movies.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
All right. Kelly asked, how did you come up with the idea of Sam the Dummy?
That I think I kind of remember, which was that we had like, this was in the very early stages where we had no idea what the story was going to look like. And at a certain point we had like 4 characters. And I think we like figured out the vibes of 3 of them, but couldn't figure out the vibes of the 4th one as well. And I think we were like, this would be funny if it was just like a mannequin. And I feel like it was like said as like an offhand joke, but then it just slowly started like getting added in the script, and it was like a very useful plot device that just kept coming back. And then it like the movie sort of shifted to having like a big focus on like this dummy or mannequin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's great.
I think in terms of like casting the dummy, we had a lot of difficulty with that, but we finally ended up on this guy. This was our dummy. He gave a great performance. The stick that was holding his head up is no longer in his neck, so he's kind of sleepy right now, or maybe deceased. But he's still around. He's still freaking me out in the shadows every time I stumble upon him. So there you go.
Designed and made by my sister.
Yes, very important to point out. Yes.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
And William with another question: what part of the creation process took the most time?
I mean, I would say post for sure, just in terms of like literal length of time, because we finished in 22, early September 2022.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's like 2 years of post, although that was like we weren't working on it the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't a continuous like year between like all of our other schedules and stuff going on, but we did. Tyler and I went back and forth like making various cuts, and then when we were fortunate enough to have Paloma come in, and then Jack Withers, Paloma's boyfriend, came in and helped us with the sound mixing and like adding Foley and stuff. So that extended it a few months, but like on for good reason. It made it sound better, look better. But yeah, it took a long time.
I would also say like the pre and like production of the movie were really quick.
Yep.
Like the writing, it took place within like 2 months. We were very like scheduled and regimented and just like got it done. Then we casted while me and Anders were off working at Camp Michigania. Got all of our actors over the summer and then filmed it in like 4 days.
Yep.
So that all went, I think, really quick.
Shout out to Lukia for that one. Lukia, as our production manager, hopped on the project. She's gonna shake her head, but it's true. Hopped on the project, like immediately started making timetables, started coming with shot schedules, like all this logistical stuff that the movie would not have gotten made without. Also, shout out, because they're not here, to our actors who did phenomenal jobs. Lennon is just graduated from the music school, School of Music, Theater, and Dance at U of M. Joel, as of the time that we filmed this, had recently graduated. Allie went to Kalamazoo with Liam, Lukia, and I, and is a phenomenal actress and director. And we were so fortunate that they were all able to be available and come down to North Carolina to do this for us, because they are the movie. Like, they made it work. So.
Agreed.
Very true. Abe asked about craft services.
Yeah.
We did have a designated craft budget, and I did specifically ask everyone what snacks they wanted.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
And because we were living there, we all took turns. I think we like each came up with a meal or something, or we proposed a meal.
Right.
Is that what you said, Lukia? Yeah.
Next question is from Devin Pat. Hi. What's next for the film after the premiere in Ann Arbor?
Great question.
That's a really good question.
That's a really good question.
That's a really great question.
What do you think, Ty?
To be continued.
Yeah, I would say we love this project, but we're also slightly excited to be done with it for now. So that might be we do the premiere, we take a break, then we see what we're thinking.
Our goal is definitely to get it in festivals. We applied to a few. We're going to apply to more. It would be great for people outside of our donor circle, outside of our immediate social circle, to be able to watch this because we all put so much time and effort into it. So I guess the short answer to your question is film festivals, fingers crossed.
All right, we're at about 10 minutes, just so everyone knows. But I'm going to finish out with these last few questions here. Sabrina asked, can you each talk about what sublimation is? If it's supposed to be ambiguous, don't answer the question. And how did you decide on the title?
Yeah. Liam, I feel like you should start on this.
So I think the sublimation is a really funny aspect of this production because I think we were all thinking different things as we wrote it. I was the one who was thinking about it as like Freud's term in psychoanalysis, where it's a process in which like your past conditioning takes root in your future ego, which is not explicitly what's happening in the film. But Anders, I think you were thinking about it more as the physical process of like solids turning to gases.
Yeah, it's a phase change or chemical. I'm not a chemist. When Jeremy Craig watches the stream, he's gonna yell at me for this. But yeah, it's a process of a solid turning into a gas, and I think like mechanically in the script, we wanted a word that sounded cool that could fit into the cult lingo and like evidence at this whole inner vocabulary for this group. Sublimation sounds like a Scientology thing. Maybe it's, it evokes all of that, but also like thematically, for what the word means in chemistry, I think, it just is talking about change. It's changing from one thing to something completely different. Yeah. Did you have anything else, Tyler?
No, I didn't really know what sublimation meant while writing it, so I just went off vibes.
Well, the only reason I knew this chemical thing is because I like looked it up on Google and I was like, this is a cool word.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I can talk about the title real quick.
Yeah.
Which is, we didn't have the title for a long time. At a certain point, we came up with like the Post-it notes downstairs, and we're just talking about like what cool things we could write on them. And I think as soon as we landed on like "They Know Who You Are," it was like, well, that would also be a sick title.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was based off like the Post-it note at the end.
And if you want to go back to the Twilight Zone thing, it 100% sounds like a 50s, 60s B-movie, horror movie, sci-fi title, which I really like. It could 100% be a Twilight Zone title. They always have those kind of kooky full sentences as the titles. So.
Yeah, there's also a sick song, if you look it up, called "They Know Who You Are."
Yeah, it's like a prog metal thrasher band did this song.
For sure thrasher.
Yeah.
They thrash.
Yeah.
It's really good, so just check it out.
Yep.
But all of your answers were very liberal arts answers.
Thank you. I think.
Combining all the disciplines.
True. Yeah.
I believe this is Paige. It says, congrats. What did you learn about yourselves as writers, producers, filmmakers?
Yeah.
And we have 7 minutes left, so last questions now.
Great. You want to start, Liam?
Sure. I think we learned, at least I learned, that we know a lot about how to write something good and fast. The rest of the production of a movie is a different story. But I think we learned a lot about what to expect in the post-production phase and how that'll change going forward. I also think like writing and putting this together was something we thought we could do, but we didn't know that we could do, and proved that we could do that. So that was pretty dope. And then like getting all the actors and stuff.
Yeah.
When Lucia joined us and we were like actually doing stuff, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I felt like I learned a lot about just how like you can do anything you really want to by just like asking friends for help. which is kind of just how this project went. It was just like friends asking friends. Like Joel was just a dude I worked with at the Michigan Theater that fall, and I was like, "Hi, do you want to be in my movie?" And he was like, "Yes." And then he was like a fantastic actor. I also learned, I think, the writing process was such a fun, like organic flow of like collaboration, I think, in a way that I haven't experienced a writing process before, where we all like had homework where we'd write our own thing and then come together and then like read everyone else's things they wrote, and then we'd like combine them. So it became such like a cool mesh of all of our ideas. I think I also learned being on set, especially when you're living there, like kind of sucks. Like it was like fun at the end of the day, but doing all the work, it was like a lot of work. Long hours.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'll definitely echo all of that. You know, I was amazed at how at every next step of production, like when we started writing, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be rough, but we can get through it. And then we ended writing and we showed it to Lucia, and then like pre-production started, and I'm like, I don't know if we'll get through pre-production, and then we did. And then I don't know if we'll get through all the actors flying in on time to set, and then we did. And like each next step, miraculously and through our hard work, I guess you could say, came to fruition. So I think what I learned is to stop being such a Debbie Downer and just like know that we can do things. I will say as well, of the like during production, being on set, directing something, I learned a lot about what not to do. Something very crucial, especially for that rotation scene, is we didn't really watch any of the footage until we finished shooting, which is very dangerous because it means you are trusting that everything worked out exactly how you wanted it. Normally, you would go back and watch what you shot at the end of each day. We didn't really have time for that or the capabilities to do that, so that's something I would change next time.
All right. Well, there's no more questions in the chat. So any parting words for our viewers before we head out? Because I think we're running out of time here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks to all of our donors again. Seriously, you guys read like 2 paragraphs 2 years ago about what this movie could be, and here we are now, thanks to your help. Because of you guys, we were able to pay for all the equipment we needed, all the costumes and whatever. Also, amazingly, for a movie of this size and scale, we paid all of our actors and our crew members. Like, that's actually pretty unheard of. So I'm really happy we're able to do that with your guys' support. And then, yeah, just one more time plugging the fact that there will also be an in-person premiere of this movie on Monday, April 29th, which is this coming Monday, at 7 p.m. Eastern Time in downtown Ann Arbor at the State Theater. Doors will open at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This will be a screening of the movie, a larger scale talkback with Allie will be in for that. Paloma and Jack will be there to talk about sound stuff. Us 4 will be there, and then we'll have a reception afterwards. It'll be great.
Yes. Thank you all for your compliments and great comments. I'll get to them after. I'm sorry we couldn't get to them right now.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Wait, that was awful.
Yeah, we got it. Oh, wait, the dummy's got to say bye, too. Bye. Hope you all sublimated a little bit tonight. Whoa, I'm not going to say that again.
Yeah,
all right.
you.
Bye.